morning, everyone. It is August 9th, 2019 at about 8:30 in the morning. The milk just came in and we're going to make gorgonzola dolce. In other words, blue cheese. So first of all, you need to bring your milk up to 90 degrees, and after that then you'll start adding the cultures. And here we have flora danica. We're going to sprinkle in about a half a teaspoon of this. And then we got about a half a cup of Bulgarian yogurt, which we're going to add as part of the culture. Next, we have the blue mold culture, which is Penicillium roqueforti. And you're going to sprinkle about a quarter teaspoon or so. Alright, so you want to let them sit on the top just to rehydrate before you stir them in, especially the blue mold, because if you stir it in too soon, then it'll clump together and it won't stir in properly. So leave it alone for about 5 minutes, and then after that you can stir them in. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and now we're going to stir it in. Lots of up and down motion. So after you've stirred it all in, put the lid on and you're gonna let it ripen for 30 minutes. Okay, so the 30 minutes is up and we are going to now add the diluted rennet. We have 3/8 of a teaspoon of rennet diluted in water so that it can be dissolved easier. Stop, you kind of want to move your stir stick around a little bit to stop all the swirls so that it will be a bit more still and it will set better. And now we put the lid on and let it set for 45 minutes. Oh, that's a pretty soft curd. It's blue cheese, so it's going to be a softer curd. So you want to cut it into about 1/2 inch pieces or so. And now after you've cut the curd, you can let it heal for 10 minutes. So after the curd has healed for 10 minutes, we're going to pour off the whey. So what I've done is I've washed out the sink so that's nice and clean, and then I've put a cheesecloth over it, and now we are going to scoop the curds into the cheesecloth, where it is then going to drain for a good long while. It says for this to drain overnight. It's in the morning, so we're gonna go about 6 to 8 hours. Okay, so it's been about 10 hours later, and now we're going to open the cheesecloth and see what it looks like.
We got a cheese thing.
Okay, you ready? Now what we're going to do is we are going to break it up into about 1-inch pieces. And you want to do it very carefully so as not to squish or distort or destroy the curd in any way, except for the 1 inch. Now we're going to add the salt. So we got just a little bit. We don't like to make our blue cheese curds too salty at this point because later we rub them with salt.
Do it like Brie. Just taste it very carefully. Like a real cheesemaker, right? That's the cheese grin.
Okay. Ready? Into the press. That often happens. Leave it in the press with little to no pressure. So take the little bit of weight of these. It's about good enough. You keep it in there for 2 hours and you flip it every 15 minutes for those 2 hours.
Good night, Mom. Love you.
Have a good sleep. So now it's the next morning, and what you're going to want to do for the next 3 days is flip it 3 times each day. So it's been about 3 days now, and we are going to take it out of its mold. And we want to do a little bit of a salt rub on top of it. We're going to put it onto a cheesecloth, and we're going to just wrap it up lightly. Take a cloth, put it in the bottom of a pail, and that's going to absorb excess moisture. And then we're going to drop
or place. Gently place
into the bottom of the pail. Now I'm going to make a tag so we don't forget what kind of cheese it is.
Advertising for Canadian Tire again.
Alright. Now we're going to take it out to our cool shop where we will put it into our Coca-Cola fridge for 4 days, and we will flip it once each of those 4 days. Now it's been 4 days, we've been flipping it once a day, and now it's time for the next step, which is piercing it. This is just an old knitting needle that works as our spear. So as you can see, this is blue mold, and its name is Penicillium roqueforti. And then the white mold here, that's Penicillium candidum. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our knitting needle and we're going to pierce it. And what the piercing does is it creates more passageways for the blue mold to travel through the entire block of cheese.
Linnae is a very organized person, so she has to have everything very symmetrical.
That's not what.
Does it feel kind of like stabbing your teddy bears?
No.
Linnae does needle felting, so in order to create a teddy bear, she has to poke the bear.
It's the only bear that smiles when you poke it.
Why are all these other cheeses out?
For airing. They're being aired out. So now that it's all been poked, we are going to put it back into our bucket, and it's going to age for another 30 days. And we will continue to flip it about every day.
Just keep your
Get that
energy up,
rolling.
get it rolling.
Come
That's
on.
right. All right, ready?
So, good morning, everyone. Pull it on, and you're gonna let it sit for. Okay, so leave it alone for about 1 minute, and then you can come and stir it.
Where do you buy these things? Just say you can buy these things from.
You can buy these things from
Is there a special way you stir it in?
lots of up and down motion.
Softly and tenderly stir in the culture.
And now after you've cut the curd, you can let it heal for 10 minutes.
After you've wounded it sorely.
Yes. That was good. Yeah, that needs to go to the sink. Flip it every 15 minutes for those 2 hours.
How are you going to do that overnight?
It's called, let's see here. I don't know.
It's called compromise.
I don't think it's called compromise. Now to our cool shop where we will leave it there for about, sorry. Now we're gonna take it out to our cool shop where we're gonna leave it for 4 days. We'll flip it once every day. And
then what do you do?
well, later we're gonna pierce it, but we should,
And then we're gonna pierce it.
and then we're gonna pierce.
Let's play poke the cheese. Pokey cheese. Not Pokemon, pokey cheese.
Emperor.
We don't even know really what Pokemon is. We've just heard about it. It's supposed to be very bad. And you flip it still?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Say that.
And we will continue to.
Look at the camera.
Yeah, I think this one. It's hard to talk to a camera. Okay, the only
Talk to me then.
the reason why all of the cheeses are out, Amber, is because they're getting aired out.
That didn't sound very good.
No.
Maybe don't talk to me.